So you spent hours trying to get that perfect AI video. The character? Amazing. The lighting? It's stunning. But the camera motion? It's just a complete mess. You know exactly what you want in your head, but getting the AI to see it feels totally impossible, right? Well, today, we're going to fix that. We are going to give you the exact vocabulary of a film director so you can finally take control.
Does this sound familiar? You type in your prompt, you hit generate, and you just hope for the best. It really feels like you're playing the lottery, stuck in this frustrating loop of trial and error that just wastes your time. And honestly, it kills your creative spark. It really doesn't have to be this way.
And this right here, this is the core of the problem. You write something that seems simple, like camera moves forward, but the AI has no idea what you really mean. It has to guess. Are you asking for a smooth, cinematic dolly shot, a quick optical zoom, or maybe some kind of chaotic, shaky hyperlapse? Without the right words, you're leaving the most critical part of your shot completely up to chance.
So how do we fix this whole mess? The answer isn't some secret, complicated algorithm. Nope, it's a number. 42.
That's right. It turns out there are at least 42 specific, established filmmaking terms that these AI models are actually trained on. So the key to unlocking these incredible cinematic results, it's not a smarter AI, it's a smarter prompt. You have to stop guessing and start speaking the AI's native language. And that is the language of a director.
All right, let's start with the absolute essentials. Think of these as the foundational moves, the basic building blocks that every single creator needs to know, whether you're directing the next Hollywood blockbuster or just prompting an AI.
Okay, this slide right here clears up the single biggest point of confusion I see. Dolly versus zoom. They are not the same thing. A dolly is physical. The entire camera is moving through space, which changes the perspective and how the background moves behind your subject. A zoom, on the other hand, is just optical. The camera stays put. It's the lens that's doing the work by magnifying the image. A slow dolly in makes you feel like you're entering the scene, while a smooth optical zoom feels like you're observing from a distance. The difference in feeling is absolutely huge.
And you know, the exact same logic applies when we're talking about vertical movement. A tilt is when the camera stays in one place but just pivots up or down, kind of like you nodding your head. But a pedestal or a crane move, that's when the whole camera physically moves straight up or down. Tilting up can make a subject feel powerful and imposing. A pedestal up can reveal a whole new part of the world.
And we can round out our basics with a few more really powerful commands. Try using slow or fast to control the pace and the whole emotion of your dolly. Use camera truck left or camera truck right to move sideways, parallel to your subject. And for those short, super precise, almost product shot style movements, you're going to want to ask for a slider move.
Okay, now that we've got the basics down, let's get a little more dynamic. These are the moves that are going to inject some serious energy, style, and a powerful sense of three-dimensional space into your work. This is where it gets fun.
Now, orbital prompts. These are fantastic for revealing a subject in a really cool way. Instead of just moving in a straight line, the camera actually circles around it. A slow cinematic arc feels super elegant and grand. An orbit 180 is perfect for dramatic reveal, and a fast 360 orbit, well, that can inject a massive burst of energy and excitement right into your shot.
You know, not every shot needs to be perfectly smooth and polished. In fact, sometimes that's the last thing you want. Prompting for a handheld documentary style tells the AI to add that little bit of human imperfection, that subtle, natural shake. This one simple command can make a scene feel so much more immediate and real, or it can be used to create this powerful sense of anxiety and tension.
Another really powerful stylistic tool is the Dutch angle. This is where the camera itself is tilted, so the horizon isn't level. It's a classic technique you see all the time in thrillers and psychological dramas. Why? Because it instantly makes the viewer feel like something is, well, wrong. It puts you on edge, makes everything feel off balance, and deeply unsettling.
But here's where the real power comes in. You can start combining these terms. A prompt like this one isn't just describing what's happening, it's directing a feeling. You're layering the raw realism of handheld with the psychological tension of a Dutch angle. See, this is how you move from just making simple descriptions to becoming a nuanced storyteller.
Okay, what about when your subject is on the move? You need tracking shots, but which kind? Well, a following shot, where you're behind the subject, puts the audience on the journey with them. A leading shot, where you're in front moving backward, focuses on their expression and reaction as they move toward us. And a side tracking shot is perfect for showing a conversation as two people walk or just watching movement through an environment.
All right, now for the showstoppers. These are the big ones, the moves that totally manipulate perspective and give you this massive sense of scale. If you're looking to create awe, drama, or even disorientation, this is your new vocabulary.
The vertigo effect, which you'll also hear called a Zolly, is an absolute cinematic classic. It's a trip. The camera physically dollies in while the lens zooms out at the same time, or you can do it the other way around. What happens is, your subject stays roughly the same size, but the background just seems to stretch or compress around them in this really dramatic, unnatural way. It's an incredibly powerful tool for showing a moment of a tense psychological realization or dread.
Let's talk angles for a second. A crane up high angle reveal is your go-to for establishing shots. You start tight on a character, and then the camera just soars up to show the vastness of their surroundings. A top-down God's eye view gives this feeling of fate or like someone is being watched. And then you have the worm's eye tracking shot, right down on the ground, which makes the world and the characters in it feel absolutely massive and imposing.
And if you want maximum chaos and disorientation, then you've got the barrel roll. I mean, the camera literally does a full 360-degree spin on its axis. It's an extreme move, for sure, but it's perfect for chaotic action sequences, showing a character completely losing control, or just creating a really high-energy, stylized transition.
So, look at what we've covered. What you have now isn't just a random list of words, it's a complete director's toolkit. You've officially moved beyond simply asking for an image, and are now ready to start truly directing the AI's virtual camera.
So here's your new workflow. It's pretty simple. First, always start by envisioning the feeling you want the shot to have, not just the image itself. Second, go through your new vocabulary and select a precise director's term that creates that feeling. Third, don't be afraid to combine terms, mix and match to create your own unique style and nuance. And finally, and this one is so important, save your successful prompts. Build your own personal library of commands that you know deliver incredible results every single time.
So, the next time you open up an AI video generator, you're not just going to be rolling the dice. You won't be gambling anymore. You'll be directing. You now have the language to control perspective, emotion, and energy. The only real question left is, what incredible, impossible shots are you going to create first?